Welcome. Today, we are conducting a data review of a landmark epidemiological study, Social Jetlag and Obesity, published in Current Biology by Till Renneberg and his colleagues. This paper challenges the traditional view of obesity by introducing a temporal dimension. It suggests that the conflict between our internal biology and our external schedules is making us sick. First, let's define the core concept. Please look at the diagram on the screen. We typically think of jet lag as something that happens when we travel, but social jet lag happens without moving an inch. It is the discrepancy between your biological clock, when your body wants to sleep, and your social clock, when your alarm forces you to wake up. The researchers quantify this by calculating the difference in sleep timing between workdays and free days. For millions of people, this mimics the effect of flying across time zones every single Friday and Monday. Let's turn our attention to the data. Here is Figure 1 from the paper. This graph tracks sleep duration across the human lifespan. The open circles represent how long people sleep on free days, weekends. The gray dots represent sleep on workdays. Notice the massive gap in the teenage years and early adulthood? That gap represents sleep debt. Biologically, young adults are late chronotypes. They are wired to wake up late. But socially, school and work require them to be up early. The result is severe social jet lag. They cut sleep short during the week and crash on the weekend to recover. Does this timing mismatch affect weight? The researchers ran a logistic regression model to predict if a participant would be overweight, BMI over 25. I have summarized the results in Table 1. Look at the highlighted row for social jet lag. The odds ratio is 3.3. This is a powerful finding. It means that as social jet lag increases, the odds of being overweight triple. Crucially, look at the row below it for sleep duration. While longer sleep is protective, social jet lag remained a massive risk factor even after accounting for how many hours you sleep. It's not just duration, it's timing. To visualize this correlation, let's look at Figure 2. This chart focuses specifically on the overweight population. The x-axis represents hours of social jet lag. The y-axis represents BMI. The trend line is undeniable. As the misalignment between social and biological time increases, body mass index rises. For the overweight group, living against the clock acts as a continuous metabolic stressor that promotes further weight gain. Why is this becoming an epidemic now? Figure 3 provides the historical context over an 8-year period. Look at the top graph, 3A. The black dots show that sleep duration on workdays has been steadily decreasing. Why? Look at the bottom graph, 3C. This shows the time people spend outdoors. It is dropping. We are spending less time in natural sunlight. Sunlight is our primary time giver. Without it, our internal clocks drift later. But our work schedules haven't changed. We are staying up later biologically, but waking up at the same time socially. The gap, the social jet lag, is widening every year. The authors describe this as a state of forced desynchrony. 1. Weak zeitgebers. Lack of sunlight delays our biology. 2. Static schedules. We use alarms to force ourselves awake, creating social jet lag. 3. Metabolic cost. This chronic shifting disrupts our energy homeostasis, how we process and store fat, contributing directly to the obesity epidemic. In conclusion, the data is clear. Obesity is a complex issue, but we cannot ignore the temporal factor. Renneberg's study teaches us that to manage obesity, we cannot just focus on calories. We must strive to align our society schedules with our biology. We need to synchronize our clocks. Finally, I have summarized a few practical steps we can take in our daily lives based on the findings of this paper. Please note, these are my own suggestions based on the mechanism described in the study, and not official medical advice from the paper's authors. The goal is to synchronize our biological clock with our social schedule. First, maximize morning light. As the paper highlighted, we are losing our primary Zeitgeber, the sun. By exposing yourself to bright sunlight immediately after waking up, you can help advance your biological clock. This makes it physically easier to wake up early for work, reducing the lag. Second, avoid weekend binges. While it is tempting to sleep until noon on weekends, this drastic shift widens the gap between your social and biological time zones. Try to keep your wake-up time reasonably consistent, perhaps within 1 to 2 hours of your weekday schedule. If you are tired, use naps to recover instead of shifting your entire day. Third, dim lights at night. Just as morning light advances the clock, artificial light at night delays it. Blue light from screens tricks your brain into thinking it is still daytime. Dimming the lights in the evening helps prevent your biological clock from drifting later. By managing light and consistency, we can reduce the metabolic cost of living in a modern society. Thank you for watching.